Well, traders, I had another great day. Here's my account. Penw is responsible for over 4 grand, Check 1800, Spce down almost 3 grand. Best trade today is EXAS, and Wercool small winner because it changed direction. So I've got over 10 grand, and in my open trades, close to another $800 or so. So just over 11 really. So that is a great day for me, and let's go quickly through some of the trades that were posted today in the trading room. I'll start here with my best trade today, which is EXAS. This one was posted under 88.30. Look at this point right over here. Now again, if you watch this stock, it's down 10%. I mentioned earlier regarding Penw and other stocks that they don't really have much of a choice. They try to move higher, you expect them to fail, you just look for a nice technical formation, and the technical formation is very, very clear here at 88.30. You can argue that it could be 40 or even a bit higher, but 30 was, let's call it a place where your chance would probably be a bit higher. So anyway, look at what happened just at that point. Reversed, came under the lows and came down. That was my best trade today and my best winner. We had a few more trades. I'll go quickly take a look at my only loser today. So I got 5 trades today, 1 loser only. And Spce, which definitely looks to me like it should come down. I shorted it and posted the trade in the room under $36 right over here. Initially it came down, then spiked up, and then sideways, and then took me out at 36.50. So that was a losing trade. That spike up over here over 36.50 took me out, and then it came down. Well, anyway, you can't have all winners. The risk with Spce was a bit more clear to me because the stock is up, even now, 4.6%. So I knew I was taking a risk, but I couldn't really help it because again I was looking at the daily. Here's the daily. It's way too extended to the upside. It's supposed to be coming down. Had one fantastic trading session in Spce a few days ago, but today it took me out. I knew it was a risk. I mentioned in the room I'm going to take it with smaller size. So Spce was a failing trade. The first trade today, in fact, was Wercool, and you know the market did start with a gap up of 0.5%. We couldn't know what to expect today. I mean, the end result is here. You can take a look at the S&P 500 today. We started with a gap up, came down initially, then moved up. So there was a big question mark here, whether the market is going to move over the highs or come under the lows. The market did come under the lows, move to the point where we close the gap. The point where we close the gap is usually a support. You never know whether the market is going to continue coming down as it did or move up at the point where it closes the gap. The interesting part about the S&P 500 is that we moved under yesterday's lows, and that's a big move, and that is very, very important. You know, we started with a gap up today of 0.5%, and we came down. Right now we're down 0.6, but we were touching the 1% move down, which is a big move from where we started, up 0.5, down 1%. That's a huge move. And the fact that we're continuing to move under yesterday's lows, yesterday the market was down like 3% or so, if I'm not mistaken. So this is quite a big move, and it's very, very hard to say where we're going. Let's take a look at the daily of the S&P 500. Here's the daily. So as you can see, this virus issue is finally taking the market down. I couldn't really understand recently why the market moved to new highs, but look at what happens just recently. And there's a big support line over here. If you look at the S&P 500, and we're right at that point. Very interesting to see what's going to happen if we're going to move under. Now, the fact that we moved under yesterday's lows without even a few days of a pullback, that's a big thing, and I really wonder what's coming next. To me, it looks like we're going to continue coming down. So virus is finally making some effect on the market. So Wercool, at the point where we were not sure about market direction, Wercool was posted for long over 119.30. Now, the risk was around here. So that could have been like a $1 stop loss. At the point where it reached just over 120, well, it was a bit less than a point, or a bit more than a point, really. Oh, sorry, less than a point. At that point, I mentioned one thing that I think you should remember. I mentioned that we should take our partial before it reaches our target. Although you can see that later it did reach the target, that is a 1 point move here, but I couldn't have known that it's going to make that, and it was more likely for Wercool to come down as it did later. So the thing about you need to remember is that when you move into a stock, although you have a target, which could be a 1 point target because you were risking 1 point, therefore no less than 1-to-1 risk reward, or even better than that for some of you. So although you're looking for a 1 point winner, you definitely should take your partial before that, because spikes are there, and whenever they occur, you would usually see the counter move very quickly. So when Wercool spiked over this reversal area and continued, look at the second 1 minute candle, it continued all the way to 120.21, almost the 1 point I wanted. But when it spikes up that much, don't wait for it to pull back down. It's just too extended to the upside. You should take your partial even though you did not reach your target. I think this is an important lesson that you should think about. Therefore, although you have targets or you have stop loss or whatever, you do not move out on spikes when it goes against you, but at the same way, you take partials on spikes when it goes your way. So that's a very important thing that happened today in Wercool. Now, of course, it worked out nicely. It was a nice winner. It's a relatively small winner for me, but then the quantity I held afterwards, it just came down. I had my stop somewhere, I can't remember exactly where, and it just took me out. Anyway, it remained a nice profitable trade. Next trade I took was Penw under 201. Now take a good look at Penw under 201. Again, the stock is down 16% right now. When the stock is down 16%, it may try to move higher, just like Penw did, and probably will fail. It did not give me a chance to move in today at the opening, but once it started moving higher and then came down, you could expect it to fail. Now take a good look at this consolidation over here. That was the point of 201. The thing is, it just moved down by 1 cent and I moved into the trade, but nothing happened. I needed to wait a bit more, but then finally it broke under this consolidation. And again, when the stock, although it's trending higher, down 16%, breaking down under this consolidation, that's a valid short, and it worked out very, very nice. And it keeps coming, and I do have, I think another 100 or 200 shares, I'm not sure, 200 shares to be exact. So my last trade was Scott's Shack. Let's take a look at Shack here. And Shack continues to come down. We were watching this stock and amazed by the way it moved higher. We were amazed because the stock is down 13% right now, and it started even lower. So when stock starts that much low, maybe 16% or so, and then trades higher, you need to look for the right place to for the failure, because it's most likely to fail. Question is just when. So initially, you may remember, I posted this point over here, $65. That looks like a very nice technical formation. It tries to move to a new high, fails. Moves to a new high, fails. If it would have came here under 65, I think it probably would have made what we're seeing right here. But it did not. It moved to a new high. So the technical formation is still there, was there, and nothing happened. Then it moved to a new high, then it failed, then Scott posted it under 65.80, which was right over here. It kind of starts losing it. You can see some signs. I joined this trade with smaller size because I was a bit concerned about the uptrend, but look at how beautiful it moves down now. I think we've got 2 points right now, so that's really is a beautiful trade. And I'm also riding this one. So I'm really having a great trade and a great day. And anyway, watching the market now coming to a new low. Goodness. S&P is down 1.1% now. That's a big move. Look at that. Look at that here. And we just continue to come down and with a lot of volume, and that's not a good sign for the market. It should be very interesting few days or few weeks ahead of us traders. So buckle up. We're gonna have a nice ride, I think, the next few weeks. And I'm having another over $1,000, over $11,000 perfect trading day today. And really enjoying my last few weeks are just absolutely amazing. So I'm doing well. I hope you guys doing too. Good job on many of you on the World Series of Day Traders. We're watching you traders, and several traders there are doing just an amazing job. So keep trading, keep having fun, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, traders.
Thank you for watching our video. The material was taken from The Market Whisperer, my Amazon best-selling book. This essential guide to stock trading is ideal for those with no background or experience in stock trading. Click here to read the 200-page part 1 of this book absolutely free. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can view many more stock trading videos. Questions or comments, please submit them below.